what we have here is our camera system. Each island actually has a camera connected to it, and we are able to see the chimps and observe the chimps this way. And what's great about this is that oftentimes when we are observing the chimps, we're in proximity to them, so they're paying more attention to us than they are each other. These cameras allow us to see what the chimps do when they aren't really paying attention to us and don't really know we're watching. So we can watch the chimps interact, we can zoom in really clearly on each chimp, we can see who's interacting with who's grooming who, and even, you know, if a chimp hasn't come up for a meal, we can even go and see what they're doing out on the island and see why maybe they haven't come up. So again, we have this on every island, and we can zoom in really well, even to where we can go to another island and zoom in on another island, on a different island, and that way we can see almost every angle of each island. And right now, you're not seeing a whole lot because it's lunchtime, and the chimps are all inside for lunch. But Freddie's Island is still kind of hanging out here. All right, so one of the things that we like to look at when we're observing the chimps, something that's really important to understanding what's going on within the group dynamics, is to look at who is grooming who. Grooming is a really important thing for chimpanzees because it solidifies alliances. It tells one chimpanzee is basically communicating with another that they're aligned and they're on the same side. And so when we see different patterns of grooming go on, sometimes we see a shift in the power hierarchy of the different chimpanzee communities. So if you look over here, this is actually a grooming chart, and this was done with the help of Dr. Cricket Sans at Washington University, to kind of put this out in a chart like this. And this is what's known as a grooming chart, and we can actually see who's been grooming who in this group. So we see a big connection between Worthy and Gabe, and one that's building stronger between Worthy and Capone. And something that's really interesting about Worthy and Capone is that they were kept separated for many, many years. We were able to reintroduce them and get them back together, and they are really, really close right now. And in fact, here I can show you, this is another grooming chart. Here's showing this big bond that has happened between Worthy and Capone. They're actually really close friends. And so we like to see this just in case, you know, if a new chimpanzee comes into the group, we like to see how they're acclimating to the group. So for example, here's Allie. Allie is still being introduced into this group very slowly over time. She was a pet chimpanzee, so it's taking her a little bit of time to get fully acclimated into the group. So it's taking her some time to get into the grooming circle. But if you look at the proximity she's spending with everyone, she's getting closer and closer. And we're watching that happen over time to see how she acclimates into the group. And she's actually, it's very, very successful right now. I'm really happy you could join us for this trip around Save the Chimps. We're going to do it again next week, so tune in at Wednesday, 9:30, and we'll see some more things then. So thanks.